It was 100%, I'm doing it scared. I fed off of his energy. I'm very spiritual. So first and foremost, it was, God, if you says this is okay, just show me the signs. Personally, going through a lot, I came into the situation with a lot of fear and concerns, and I have two children. I had to be very mindful of allowing emotions or feelings to dictate when I have so much behind me that would come into the situation. So I know I admired how he treated me. I admired our conversations and all of that. I did it scared and it worked out. I told God, hey, I'm going to trust you. But the very second I get a negative sign, I'm out of there.
Jazzmin was a divorced mama too who wanted to play it safe when she dated. When she met Toney on BLK and started dating him, she admits she did it scared. But Toney made her feel safe again. He was kind, respectful, and patient. He even asked her to be his girlfriend with a ring pop. They met in 2024 and got married just 6 months later on January 11, 2025, or 111 to be exact. Their story proves that dating apps still work in 2025. I'm Dee Dee Patterson, and on this channel, I share real stories of couples who found lasting love online because I want you to believe in love again and know that dating apps really can work. I know because I met my husband of 15 years on one too. And if you've ever wondered whether it can feel safe to love again, this story shows that it can. Let's dive into their story. All right, so we have another couple. So we have the Williams family. We have Toney and Jazzmin Williams. Welcome.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here too. So we're just going to jump right into the first question. So the first question, what do you both do for a living? And we'll start off with Toney. What do you both do for a living?
It's interesting, actually. So I am currently active duty military. I am stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay.
In the Army band. So I get the opportunity to serve my country and play a little music on the side as well.
Yay. Thank you for your service.
Ooh,
okay.
Served.
So what about you, Jazzmin?
I am actually a fraud analyst. Another fun fact about us, we actually own an entertainment company and we're both musicians outside of our careers. So I'm a vocalist and he's an awesome player of many instruments. So
wow, how cool that you guys are like a musical family. Nice. So the next question is, how long have you guys been married?
What month is it?
We are in August right now with the recording.
Oh, about 9 months. Almost 9 months now.
Oh, so it hasn't been a year for you guys yet.
Not yet. We have a couple more months to make a year.
Yeah, we got married January the 11th, 1/11.
Oh, I love that date. 111. I love it.
It was intentional.
Yeah, those are good numbers. Angel numbers. So you guys have been married, because technically it's September. You have been married for 9 months. Wow. Okay. So what site did you meet on?
BLK.
BLK. Okay. We've had a few from BLK. And another good thing about you guys getting married 9 months ago, because some people are saying that dating apps are dead, but you just got married 9 months ago in 2025. So good. So you guys met on BLK. And then how did you guys meet? Who wants to go first describing how did you meet?
Oh, she could go first. Ladies first.
He cheated. I pre-asked him to go first. He got me. We had a very quick experience. How did we meet in person for say? First and foremost, of course. When we matched on there, we kind of talked on the phone. And then there was an event coming up where a vocalist friend of mine was performing. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to go check this out if you'd like to come, because he said he did music as well. We kind of chatted like a few times on the phone. It was like a Monday when we met. And then, we met on BLK. And then was it that Wednesday?
So it was a Thursday to where we matched. We talked for 3 days. And then on that Wednesday of the following week is when we went to her friend's event.
Yeah.
Okay.
In person at a show. He walked me to my car and I didn't want the night to end, but I wasn't going to tell him that because I had to be player. So he was an extreme gentleman and we just had a very long conversation. And I think after that, it just felt
natural.
Yeah.
So I'm going to back up a little bit. So on BLK, you said you met on a Thursday. So you both saw each other, swiped or whatever, liked each other on BLK, right? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then who sent the first message?
I did.
Okay. So Toney sent the first message. What did you say in your first message?
Probably that, hey, how are you doing? You have a beautiful smile. I love
That's
to get
literally
to know
what you said.
Yeah,
Okay.
She has a beautiful smile. So, I mean, I definitely probably commented on that.
Okay. And then so you sent her a message.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you take to respond to Toney's message? And what did you say?
Are you about to pull it up?
Yeah.
So we screen recorded it.
Okay.
He's going to pull
we did
it up.
It for the wedding. But yeah.
We did it for the wedding, but he was like, you have a really beautiful smile, Jazzmin. How's your day been?
Okay.
And I'm just like, thank you, Toney. My day has been pretty good. I can't complain yourself. And then he really just led the conversation.
Okay.
And he did give me his number first, but I was a skeptic. And I was like, well, let's chat on here a little bit. That didn't last long because that little bit was like, we talked on the phone, I think the next day.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
But we had such a great conversation on the app that I felt comfortable. He had already given me his number, but I felt comfortable contacting him on his number just due to the respect level, the intellectual conversation that we had on the app. I felt safe because for me, I wasn't an app person. In my early 20s, I did it when you want to party with friends and meet new people, but looking for love on the app.
Right.
I was like scared, but then at the same time, like I wanted to try and see like, okay. And I would say Toney honestly gave me that comfort zone to just be like, okay, you can have my personal information. Honestly, I had to make sure he wasn't a catfish. So I had found him on social media way before I gave him my number. And I kind of did some research.
Good. I tell women to do that too. So you did the right thing. So you guys talked that Thursday. He asked for your number, and probably like even that Friday, you actually called. Did you call him?
Yeah,
or text
because he didn't have my number. Yeah. He didn't have
you called. You didn't send a text.
No, I did send a text because I wanted to make sure it was a good time to call. Because my thing was, I don't want to call you and then you don't answer and then you don't know who I am.
Okay, so you text and then you guys got on a phone call conversation after that. Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the phone for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked for 3 hours that first time?
Yeah.
On that Friday? Wow. And saw each other and went on your first date that Wednesday. Is that what happened?
Yeah, she can call it the first date, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she considers it the first date. I mean, it's the first time that we met up physically. So yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's still the getting to know each other. Like, do we actually want to date and go on all that stuff? I don't know what she calls it. We were just getting together at that.
Our first date kind of like happened like 3 weeks later.
Okay.
We kind of handled it very differently. We didn't kind of go straight forward into like, let's start dating immediately.
So that was just like meeting each other. You don't call it a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, from Thursday, Friday, you had your first conversation. Do you guys talk to each other every day until you met up on that Wednesday? Or you just,
No, actually, it wasn't every day. There was a couple of days in between to where I got really busy and really didn't hit her back. And that's on me. But yeah.
He actually reached back out to me. So we talked that Friday and I think we talked that Saturday. Got really busy, little inconsistent. So I kind of was like, yeah, I'm all right. But then the day of the show, which was on that Wednesday, correct? That's when he reached out to me that morning, that afternoon. It was that afternoon. It was right when I was getting ready to go to the show. He was like, hi, how has your day been? His thing back then was he was like, hello, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing well, and yourself? And he's like, 3 things that made you smile today. And so that was like his little thing. And so he'd be like, 3 things that made you smile today.
I love it.
I gave him my 3 things. And then he was like, what are you up to? Would you like to talk on the phone? And I was like, I'm actually getting ready to go to my friend's show. And he was like, oh, snap. I'm on the way. I forgot. And he was like, I'm getting off of work now. I'm going to go home and change clothes and I will be there.
Okay. Yeah, so just interacting with other women, I know that a lot of them would have like quit early on. Like, oh, he didn't call me for 2 days. I'm gonna block him. But you said it wasn't a turn off, or him calling on the day of kind of made up for it?
So for me, it was a turn off. Like I really didn't care. That's
Okay.
why when he reached out to me, I didn't say anything about the show until he asked me what was I up to. Because in my mind, if we're being transparent, if you can't remember, then it's not meant to be. So I'm not going to beg or ask you to show up or be consistent in something that you said you wanted to do. So I will be honest, I don't think I ever told him that. It was a turn off. But when he asked me, what were you doing? I'm like, I'm getting ready to my friend's show. And then he was like, I'm so sorry. I forgot. He immediately apologized. He's like, I forgot. I just got off of work. I'm going to change clothes and I will be on my way. And it was crazy because how fast he changed clothes and he got there was crazy. Because what happened was I had my girlfriend come with me because I was like, this guy that I had told her prior, I said, I'm not sure if he's going to show up, but this guy said that, off of the app, he wanted to meet. So my girlfriend was with me because I didn't know if he was crazy or not. So.
So, Toney, I have to ask you, because I know that women hear, oh, I was busy. They hear that a lot. So, I mean, you probably were busy, but were you too busy to call? Or how was that those days that you decided not to call?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So I'm the type of person to where if I am really focusing on something, I'm going to put 100% of like my effort into that. At the end of the day, if I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep. And honestly, at that time, we've talked, we've gotten to know each other a little bit on the phone and all that, but we still weren't like anything, right? Not at that. So it was like, oh, okay, this was a nice conversation. This was cool. I'd love to do it in the future, but it's not I have to call every day and all this extra stuff. That's just, at the time, that's what was going through my head. So the fact that I've like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep. I mean, that's essentially what happened.
Okay.
And he's like that till this day. I'm just in the house now, so.
Okay. So you can witness what's going on being with him. Yes. Okay. Okay. So you have the outing or the meeting. How did that go? You said a little bit, but how did that go?
I felt like that went pretty well. It gave me the opportunity to, one, because she brought her friend with her, to see how she interacts with her friends, to see how she interacts with the community and the public, because she knew a few of the individuals there, which was really cool. And just to see like her vibe overall. It was actually, I enjoyed myself. I was actually looking forward to the next time that afternoon.
Good. What about for you, Jazzmin? How was that for you, having him there and your friend there?
It was a safety net for me. And it was something that I was anxious about, of course, because I was previously divorced. So being divorced, and then after my divorce, I had gotten a really bad relationship. And so coming out of that really bad relationship, I'm like, do I give up on love, or do I try something different? Because you can't keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So having both of them there, it was a safety net for me. My girlfriend ended up leaving early, which left me and him alone. But again, I think one of the things that I've admired about him that night was you were just so respectful. You were very respectful. He didn't try to it wasn't no, let me try to kiss you, let me try to touch you, I felt like I was walking with a friend to my car. I felt like I was enjoying a show with my friend. And honestly, we're both music nerds. So it was very fun. Analyzing the show, and there were some mess ups in that show that day, and I remember me and him just kind of looking at each other, and we're like, oh, the sound system needs to be this and that was actually fun because it's we know something together.
You guys are music people. So that was that Wednesday. And then you said you didn't have your date and your first date for a few weeks later. What happened between that time and the first date? Did you guys just talk regularly? How did it go between that time?
We talked pretty regularly. We even met up another time, actually. One of her good friends had another event for iHeartRadio, and she just happened to be invited for backstage passes. And so we met up as well and just talked regularly. before the official first date.
Okay. And then, so what happened on the first date?
We got out of town. We drove a couple hours away, went to, got a hotel, went to the aquarium, looked at explored the city, and even went to a show that night as well.
Okay. So did you guys just like plan this big first date? Is that what happened? Okay, you did. Okay, so Toney, what made you decide I want to have a really nice first date with Jazzmin?
I enjoy getting out and like experiencing new experiences. Like that's my whole thing. Your experiences are what make you you. And so I just thought that, hey, if I'm experiencing something cool that makes me happy, let me try to find something that also makes you happy, kind of meet in the middle. And then just like, man, this is amazing. We both enjoyed ourselves, and it kind of makes us like lock in a bit more. So yeah.
Okay. How was that first date? I mean, you just telling me what happened. It sounds like it was an amazing time, but how was that first date?
I enjoyed myself.
So we could be quite transparent. I really enjoyed myself, but that night I ended up getting sick at the show.
Oh,
and so I had got like sick, and I was like very like lethargic and like dehydrated out of nowhere. Like we walked in, we had a great time, and like within 20 minutes of us sitting down, like I just started feeling very, very sick. And he was like, "We can leave," and I'm like, "No, just give me some food and some water. I don't know what's going on." And after I got food and water, like something came over me, and I was perfectly fine. But overall, it was, again, gentleman. He's always been that, very respectful, and he treated me like a lady should.
Nice.
And that, for me, that's a big thing. I'm a lady. And so if you could keep that up and I ain't got to tell you, we Gucci.
Yeah, good. So even though this wasn't the first time you saw each other, when you first saw each other, was it love at first sight, or what did you think when you first saw each other?
If I'm being honest, so are you asking about this first date or the first time we met up and saw each other?
The first time you met up and saw each other.
Okay. The first thing that came to my mind was, wow, she's shorter than I thought.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. But
Yeah. Her photos, she seemed a bit taller. And so when I met her, I was like, oh, but it works out because she's the perfect height. But she's obviously attractive. So, I mean, I was obviously attracted.
Yeah. Okay. What's the height difference between the two of you?
I'm 6'2". She is 5'6"-ish. 5'7".
Okay. That's not bad for a woman to be 5'7". Okay.
I'm average.
Did you think she was like 5'10", 5? What did you think she was?
I don't know. Apparently, I'm not a good judge at height.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what about you? What were your thoughts the first time you saw him? Was it love at first sight? What were your thoughts?
So my biggest motto, which I've told him often, it wasn't love at first sight. It was 100% I'm doing it scared. I fed off of his energy. I'm very spiritual. So first and foremost, it was, God, if you says this is okay, just show me the signs. Personally, going through a lot, I came into the situation with a lot of fear and concerns, and I have 2 children. So I had to be very mindful of allowing emotions or feelings to dictate when I have so much behind me that would come into the situation. So I know I admired how he treated me. I admired our conversations and all of that. I did it scared, and it worked out. I told God, hey, I'm going to trust you. But the very second I get a negative sign, I'm out of there. So
okay. So from that first date, when did you guys become exclusive? Like, it's just you guys?
The next week, yeah.
Oh, the next week. Okay.
About a week after.
Did you ask her? How did that happen?
First.
We're going to throw that away. She got off work, and I just randomly drove to her apartment.
Okay.
What did I do? I went and got a
ring. Said, did I want a snack?
All right. Did she want a snack? So I drove to her apartment with a snack. Went to the store on the way and got a ring pop, and then just asked her, hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So for our wedding, we had ring pop as giveaways.
Oh, that's cute. It's like elementary school.
Yeah.
You got a ring pop.
Yeah.
Cute.
It was the cutest. He said
so
throw it away, but I think it'd be a little funny. He asked me technically to be his girlfriend on the phone like 2 days prior.
Okay.
And again, I'm a lady. And if we can be transparent, this is the first time that I felt like I was in a situation where I wasn't doing it the same way.
Nice.
I'm going to tell you what I want. I'm going to tell you how I want it to be treated. And if you can take that heat, then you can have me if you. And I remember him asking me, he was like, we had previous discussions, and he said that he wanted to just talk for about 6 months. Just to get to know each other before we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And then, of course, we continued to enjoy each other. And on the phone, he was like, I think I really like you. What do you think about us go ahead and trying this thing out? And I was like, what about your 6-month thing? And he was like, don't worry about that. And I was like, I said, you gonna ask me to be your girlfriend on the phone? You can't give me no ring pop or nothing? And that's when 2 days later, he
got the ring pop.
Yes, I had just put my children to sleep. Well, now our children. I put my babies to sleep, and he just hit me up. He was like, hey, I can't sleep, da 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 da. Do you want a snack? And I'm like, 8:30, 8:40 at night. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I just want to see you. And he came with a ring pop, and we sat outside, and because of course, you're not going to meet my babies just yet.
Right.
So we sat outside, and he asked.
So what made you decide to do it that night? It's almost like you really couldn't sleep. Or what made you think like, all right, I have to do this?
I don't know. It was just something about her that I enjoyed. I'm also came out of a previous marriage as well. And so there was something that just, I enjoyed her presence. I enjoyed being able to talk with her. She made me feel like I didn't have to be someone else. And for me, it was like, wow, this is something I haven't experienced before. I don't want to let this go. I like it here, right? And so I just felt, hey, let me just solidify it, because it's going to happen regardless eventually down the road. Why not tonight?
I love it. That's good. So you became exclusive. And then when did you guys get engaged and married? Because it happened kind of quickly.
Yeah, it did happen kind of quickly. We got engaged in December. So that's what, 6 months afterwards.
Okay.
We went on a trip to Vegas, and just happened in Vegas.
In the Bellagio, in front of a big Christmas tree. It was beautiful.
Wait, so the engagement or the marriage happened in Vegas?
The engagement.
Engagement happened in Vegas. Okay. Like 5-6 months after you guys met.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you plan to get married 3 months later, or what happened there?
We got married 2 weeks later. We bought a house 1 week later, and then we got married. So after the engagement.
So we knew that we were going to be together, and we knew that eventually we were going to get married, right? So it wasn't like, oh, we're getting engaged, oh, we're buying a house, oh, we're getting married, right? Back to back to back. All this was kind of planned. She just didn't know exactly when it was going to happen in all sections.
Because 3 months in, he invested in my wedding ring.
Okay.
So 3 months in, I remember him asking me, hey, what type of rings do you like? And then I love this, like he would take the lead and just throw out these options. And then he was just like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And he's a great leader. That's one of these things that I admire. He was able to step in, and I felt safe. I don't know how to explain it. And so it was 3 months in, it was already being planned out. Again, like he said, I just didn't know what time. I didn't know. I knew when the wedding ring came in. I knew when he paid for it, because my ring is custom. So I knew when all of those busy plans were happening, because he made sure I was included. And also, even before the engagement, we were buying a home.
Okay.
So we were making big steps, and I was just the lady, the little damsel, just waiting on him to say, now it's time.
So you guys got married 1-1-1. Right. And so, so it's been 9 months. So let me go back to when you guys were on the dating site. How long were you guys on the dating site on BLK before you saw each other or connected with each other?
Oh, I was only on there for 2 days. So
2 days.
It's crazy. I had
2 days.
Literally, I was like, I want to try it out. And honestly, within those 2 days, I had conversations with multiple men, just seeing do I like this? Do I even want to be on this app? I remember telling him, I was like, I don't do this. Because even on BLK, I was wondering why men were kind of like coming at me for intimacy. And I think it was because I had put on there, I didn't know. So I put on there that I was down for whatever. Because it has like a thing on there where it's like marriage, friendship, or down for whatever.
Yeah.
In my head, down down for whatever was like, if it turns into something, it turns into something. But it wasn't, I wasn't looking for nothing sexual. So of course he stood out because he's not the one saying, hey, you want to link up? You want to come over and watch a movie? Right. And he stood out because that's really what majority of the other men were doing. And I found out it was because my thing said down for whatever. So when we were on the phone, I told him that. I was like, another guy told me that down for whatever meant. And I was like, I'm just letting you know I'm not down for whatever.
What did you think, Toney, when you saw that on her profile, that she was down for whatever?
I think it was a different terminology than down for whatever. But like her, I was open as well, to where it's like, hey, I'm not looking for anything really serious right now. I'm just looking for a companionship. And if we talk and we link, and then if things click, then they click. If not, they don't, right? So I had no expectations. I actually saw a pretty face, a nice smile, and I liked her bio. I looked less at that and more at like who she was in her bio.
Nice. Okay. That was what I was going to ask next. Like, what made her stand out on the dating app? And it sounded like she had a pretty face. You liked her bio. And what was the other thing you said?
She just stood out. She just stood out.
Okay.
So unlike her, I know she was there for 2 days. I was on and off, deleting it, downloading it back, deleting it, downloading it back for the past 2 years.
Oh,
right?
really?
It was a long time, yeah. Because I travel a lot, being in the Army. And so I would go from New York to Texas to Mississippi to Alabama and Georgia. So it's hard to like really link up and meet brand new people like that. So whenever I would feel like, oh, I miss having someone to talk to, I would download and see, oh, what leads from this? And if nothing led from it, then I'm just like, all right, well, we're single again. We're just going to play the field like. But this time, apparently it worked out.
Wow. So 2 years for you and then 2 days for her. Wow. Okay. For Jazzmin, what made Toney stand out? I think you said one thing is he wasn't trying to link up immediately. Was there anything else that made him stand out?
His smile. You see that smile? Please. his smile, his bio as well. He's not a very complex guy. He's a very simple but yet straightforward man. I swiped right just to see. There were some things on there that, you know, I didn't necessarily agree with, but it was like, he's so handsome. Let me just swipe right. It may be a good conversation. And so that's what really made me.
Okay. So now that you guys have been married for 9 months, what do you like about her now that she's your wife?
For me, I don't think anything has changed. Like, I still feel that I can be open and be myself. And I've told her this once, but she's like my safe space, right? Like I come home and it's like, this is nice again. So
nice.
It's the same feeling of when we were dating and meeting up every now and then to now when I'm coming home, it's a regular thing. It's the same exact feeling, just I get to experience it even more.
Nice. Love it. That she's your safe space. That's good. Jazzmin, what about you? Now that you guys have been married for 9 months, what do you like about Toney?
Honestly, how he again, I came with baggage. So not taking baggage in a negative term, but I came with children. If we could be transparent, as women, we're a lot more emotional. So I also came with that baggage, certain traumas and just being afraid and not knowing how would he be receptive to being around children. I have a boy and a girl. We have a boy and a girl. How is he going to take on having a family and not having children of his own? So one of the biggest things that I admire now that we're married is he shows me patience and grace in areas that when I'm struggling, he's able to bounce me back. So the way that he's able to provide that security when it comes to my fears, really, really, really good at that. And he's also very much my safe space. And just watching him take on so many new roles that I am aware that he's never been introduced to. He does extremely well. He's a great father. He's a great friend. And he's a great husband, honestly.
Nice. How did you feel about that, Toney, taking on the role of a father for the first time?
It was a lot.
Okay.
It was definitely a lot. It was a lot. I don't know what to say. it was definitely a lot. It wasn't initially in like my long range plan.
Okay.
I mean, I really loved her and understood that everyone comes with something, right?
Mm-hmm.
This something just happened to be children. And
Okay.
if I wanted to be with her long term and all this extra stuff, then I would just have to get with the program. And I got with the program. Now here we are.
Good. So you kind of answered this. I'm going to ask it again just in case you have something to add. But what made you both confident you had found the one?
I don't know. When you ask it like that, again, I think we just leaned on each other.
Okay.
We had very upfront conversations, very transparent conversations. Again, I was doing a lot in fear. I'm about to tell you everything about me. I'm not holding back. This is me. This is it. Because you know how when we're younger, you do that thing where it's like, I'm going to give a person a piece of me. And then later on down the line, you learn that they're a Jehovah's Witness or they're this or they're that or they don't like animals. No, I think what made me confident with Toney was every time I had my moments where I wanted to run, he just stayed. He gave me space when I needed space and he stayed. He didn't waver. He was up for the challenge. He was up for the challenge. And I wouldn't say I'm a very, very complicated woman. It's just I was very transparent with my fear.
Okay.
I mean, again, my fear was very, very much stemmed with getting with a stranger and I have 2 children. You just have to be careful.
What about for you, Toney?
I'm a simple man. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what made you confident that she was the one?
Oh, that's easy. So similar to what I said earlier about it being like a safe space and all this extra stuff. So like she alluded to the fact that she was sharing and all this extra stuff. Me, I am more reserved into myself. And so once I found that I had the space to be more outspoken and to share more and to do more, it felt right, or it didn't feel like I was being forced to or I was trying to conform and all that. It just felt right. That's for me, that's when it was for me.
Nice. Good. So what advice do you have for people who are looking for love online? What is your advice for people on dating apps?
Oh, it's definitely out there. So, I mean, it's going to come. It's going to come. You just have to actually stick with it and go through it. You may not find it on the first 2 years, and you might find it in the first 2 days. It's just as you keep going and as you connect with people, finding that person is possible.
Good. What about for you, Jazzmin?
Be transparent, be honest, what your intents are, set boundaries, as well as be transparent up front and do research. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I did a background check on him.
I am pro that.
For people that are watching, I have 2 children. So I needed to know what's your social media platform. I needed to know who are your people? What is this? What is that? You know, I needed to do more research and stuff like that. And I needed to make sure that I wasn't going off of what he was saying and presenting to me. I did a little extra research on my end too, just to give myself that safety net. Some people think that's crazy. No. If you're talking about marriage, if you're talking about long-term commitments and stuff like that, there needs to be precautionary methods that are taken to ensure your safety, even if you don't have children.
Right.
Because we've heard horror stories too about dating apps.
Yeah.
Love is definitely possible. I did find my love and I'm grateful for him. So.
Yep, I definitely support doing your research. So that's good that you did that. And then what marriage advice do you have? I know you've been married for 9 months, but what advice do you have based on being married for 9 months?
No, you got this. My marriage advice after being married for 9 months and divorced. So, you know, I got experience and coming into this thing newly again, communication.
Yeah, that's big.
Communication. Always have healthy communication. Always have room for growth. If you're finding yourself on a dating app and then you kind of move fairly quickly how we did, you need to have resources to help you because as fast as you move, it could be as fast as you fall.
Right.
So you need to have those healthy conversations. You need to have those healthy outlets and resources. We actually use the Paired app because we are still getting to know each other. There's a lot of things that we don't know. I've been a mother for 7 years and he hasn't been a father for nothing but 9 months. For let's say 9 months, because technically his fatherhood started truly when we got married.
Right.
Even though he was doing things prior, we used the Paired app. And even now, we have learned a lot of different things about each other that wasn't discussed in the beginning of the relationship. Be patient with each other, be consistent with each other, have open communication, and never forget to date and be friends.
Good.
Like, you have to date, you have to be friends. Do not take that friendship out of the aspect just because you got married. A lot of people take that title and they abuse it. They think that marriage should be a certain way because it's the word marriage. But no, I'm your friend at the end of the day. A marriage is just a legal obligation saying that I got you for life. Like, I'm going to take care of. That is my advice. What's good?
Can you, before you do that, explain the Paired app for people?
It's like a daily challenge. So they have like 3 things you do a day. What it does is it's like a game. It's a think question, a game, and then like a truth or dare or a you or him. So the first question is a think piece where you have to type in something. The second question is a questionnaire where it's like, what type of movies do you like? Or what's this and that and da 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 da. And then the third one is normally something like, how would you answer this? And how do you think Tony would answer this?
Okay.
And so it allows you to step into each other's mind of, let me see what you're thinking, even if you feel like you can't tell me. And then the second portion is, let me get to know my partner a little bit more with this questionnaire. And then the third question is based off of, how much do you know your partner? And
that's been very helpful for your marriage. All right, Tony, what's your marriage advice?
So she pretty much, I should have gone first. I'm not going to lie. now I'm gonna feel like I'm the guy that's saying, hey, what she said. But it's pretty much what she said. So the patience and communication for me are the pillars, and that's everything grows from that. Whether it be more trust, more everything grows from patience and communication. So I would say just continue working at it. Have that open communication. You're going to learn a lot. You might like it, you might not, but it's still growth, as she said as well.
Yeah.
But that comes from communication and healthy and open communication. So yeah.
Good. And then the last question, what is your favorite part about being married?
Having someone to help me cut the grass.
I like cutting grass. So.
Oh, okay.
No, having a friend that I can talk to. Like I said, for me, it's the being able to come home and woosah and still have a partner that I can talk to and all this and extra stuff. And for me, I don't like living with people. I like things like a certain way. And so still being able to have that certain way while still being open to have this dialogue and this communication and this feeling of like fun for me is still the best part of being married.
Good. I like it. What about for you, Jazzmin? What's your...
It's the same. I get to be with my best friend. Like, I cherish marriage very much. I cherish friendship very much. I know I probably stress this poor man out sometimes, but he's still my friend at the end of the day. And that's the beautiful part. I feel safe to know that I have someone I can grow with.
Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more real-life love stories from couples who met on dating apps. And if you're ready to find your own person, I've linked some free resources below to help you get started. See you in the next video.